Hello and welcome to the initial AnchorSoft training. To start using AnchorSoft, we first need to create a new project. Click on the New Project button and define the initial measurements of the space. Keep in mind that you can define the dimensions in feet and inches or in meters. Once you have defined them, click Create. AnchorSoft will then create a field demarcated with these dimensions. To navigate from the top view, you can click and drag or use the mouse wheel to zoom. If you are on a mobile device, just tap and drag or pinch to zoom. The first recommended step for a successful event design is to create the tent and place it in the space. To do this, select the type of tent from the catalog. Choose the initial dimensions, and a list will appear on the left side with the elements you can add to build the tent. Always start with an end section and add the segments you need. If you need to remove the last added segment at any time, you can click on the trash can button. The building process will be complete when you add the last end segment. AnchorSoft will then allow you to adjust the tent's features, such as flags, flooring, and other options. You can configure the tent materials by clicking on the Material button. For example, we want the flags on this project in red. To configure the walls of each of the tent bays, go back to the options and click on the Set Walls button. Easily navigate by clicking on the arrows and selecting the type of wall you want for the selected bay. When finished, click on the Close button to return to the original view. Now, the tent will be defined as an element that can be moved and rotated and blocked. Select it and place it correctly in the event space. Use the arrows to move the tent, the red arrow for horizontal left and right movements, and the black arrow for vertical, up and down movements. The yellow square allows movement along both axes, and the yellow circle rotates the element. Once placed, you can use the lock button to prevent the tent from moving again. Next, let's add elements inside the tent. To make this process easier and allow you to see through the tent, switch from 3D mode to outline mode by clicking the corresponding button. The outline mode converts all elements to outlines, enabling you to see through them. This mode is indicated by the button being highlighted when enabled in 3D mode and appearing off when in outline mode. For this project, we are selecting an 8-seat table from the catalog to place inside the tent. Customize the table with the Options button to define the tablecloth, chairs, decoration, and more. For instance, let's choose a light gray color for the tablecloth by clicking on Set Tablecloth and selecting the desired material. For the chairs, click on the Set Chairs button and select the X-back chair model. This action will automatically fill all the seat spaces with this chair model. You can also choose the materials for the chair by clicking on the Material button and selecting from the available options. Repeat this process for defining the table centerpiece and the plates. Create a single table style with all the features you want for your event. Even in outline mode, when applying materials to objects, they will appear in full detail without deactivating the mode. Remember to exit outline mode once you finish the interior design process inside the tent. Once the table is defined with all its details, use the cloning button to duplicate the table and place them along the tent. At any time, if you need to revert any action, you can use the Undo button to correct any mistakes. On a desktop, you can also use Ctrl+C and Ctrl+V to copy and paste any element. Mobile device users can utilize the Clone button for similar functionality. If you need another type of table, like a long banquet table, first apply the style required for your event and then use the copy tool to replicate and place it under the event tent. Finally, add the decoration elements you need, such as stages, lights, sound. Use the scale tool to create stages to the size you want by placing the stage, selecting the size tool, defining the new dimensions, and clicking on Update. This size tool can be applied to any element you wish to resize. Now, let's deactivate the 3D outline mode to view the tent with all its materials. Remember, you can save the progress of your project by clicking the Save button and assigning it a name. Later, you can retrieve what you saved for further modifications. To navigate through our event design in 3D view, use the cursor to rotate in space or right-click to move around. To zoom in and out, use the mouse wheel or the zoom gesture if you are on a mobile device. From this 3D view, you can also make corrections to your design, even raise elements if necessary by selecting them and using the yellow arrow to adjust their height. If you want to take screenshots of your design, click on Share, and an image file will be saved. For mobile devices, you will be prompted where you want to send the image. For the computer version, you will find your screenshot on your desktop. Lastly, you can present your AnchorSoft simulation with a background photo of the event space. Click on the Show option and select the background photo you want to use. Position the event design using the mouse and wheel so that it aligns with the perspective of the photo. For mobile devices, achieve the same by tapping and dragging to rotate, using a 2-finger drag to move, and pinching to zoom. That is all for now. Enjoy using AnchorSoft for your next event planning.